Hello everyone, very good morning, good afternoon and good evening to all of you. This is your host Vaibhav. We are starting again after initial interruptions caused by the internet, so I'm really sorry for that. Now as we get started for the day, we have a new feature released by the platform which was developed by our very professional developers who have always thought about the trading platforms efficiency and how it can be improved further. So we have this new feature on the platform which provides you for that session as the market, and then accordingly you can decide on your strategy. You can go for the trade if it fits your criterion. So as per your setup, you can take the decisions in these high volatility, high action stocks. Now let us head to the platform. Okay. So if we consider the charting for the GBPUSD, the GBP has been one of the biggest gainer in today's session. Here you can see that it made this low at closer to 1.217, and from there on it has gone on to climb toward this level of above 1.28. That's gains of more than 100 pips. And if we consider the correlational part, the GBP has been the bullish, or you can say most bullish of the currency, major currency against dollar in today's session. If we cast an eye on the price action prior to this rise, it was going sideways. In yesterday's session, the start came in on the higher levels, but by the time progressed, it gave up all of the earlier gains and settled much lower. But today, it seems to be reversing course, and it has regained the lost ground and tried to climb. Trajectory is similar. The dollar is on the weaker footing in today's session. Also, yesterday we were seeing some retracement after continuous decline seen in the last week. We were having some retracement move in yesterday's session, but now in today's session again the resumption is there, where other currencies have started to rise and the dollar is on the back foot again. But here, if we have to profit, or if we really want to profit, we always have to go with the best, if best of the pack. And in that scenario, we have the GBP, which is apparently on the stronger side compared to the euro. If we simply look at the timeline of these recently, let's see what's the story with AUD. The internet seems to be too slow this time around as well. Okay. Now, if we consider the charting for the NZD, the swing high came in at 14:30 GMT. If we look at the euro, euro's high came in even prior to the NZD swing high. So the euro is apparently in a stronger position compared to the NZD. So Asia Pacific currencies like AUD and NZD are not having their day in the sun in today's session. Rather than that, the momentum is with the European currencies in particular. If we look at the charting for the AUD, the trajectory is even much more bearish compared to the price formation of the NZD as well. Let's consider its larger time frame. Here it is consolidating, and it is far off from this prior swing high. It is around the same range, and it is now trying to get closer to this yesterday's high. So we still have some room to move for the AUD on the higher side, but as it is showing less open strength, I think it is better to go with the GBP and then the second preference can be given to the euro, and later on comes the NZD and the AUD. So here is this AUD which has. Let's consider the price formation for USDCAD. All right. The platform seems to have gotten disconnected, so there is this problem. Okay, here we have it back. So now, as we see, the CAD is also on the same price formation with this appreciation happening across the board. But if we consider this timeline of the CAD's new low, it is just later compared to the euro. So we have the GBP as the best bet, followed by the euro, then comes in the CAD, and then comes in the Asia Pacific currencies of NZD and USD. Let's consider the USD CHF about this spectrums ranking. Coming to the USD CHF, USD CHF has also continued to trade in line with the price formation of its European peers, with this continuous decline being observed in today's session. So here the CHF has been actually one of the most bullish of the currencies in today's sessions. So here we have the fresh swing low formation for the USD CHF on the larger time frame charting as well. So I think we have to place the CHF ahead of the GBP. Maybe if you like more volatility in that scenario, you can go with the GBP. But in terms of the timeline, the CHF seems to be leading the pack. And for the JPY is not that strong in today's session. So if we have to now consider the whole spectrum of these major currencies, CHF is one of the leader, and we have the GBP also following the similar price trajectory. But in terms of the swing high and swing low formation, the CHF is looking apparently better placed. So now it's about the choice way. If you want more volatility in intraday session, in that case the GBP stands to be a clear winner. If you like to go with the flow and maybe bit calm, in that case the CHF is having its moment. So you will have to pick and choose within these two. But if we see that the momentum is likely to reverse after due consolidation, then we will be in position to start searching for the opportunities in AUD USD in particular, as it is the least bullish currency against the dollar in today's session. So whenever the momentum changes, we are likely to see the AUD USD first changing course, and all we have to do is wait it out and see when that happens and go for short sell trades in the AUD USD in particular. Now let's see what's the development for the equity segment. In the equity space, we have now the start of the US trading session with the initial volatility picking up. So for Dow Jones Industrial Average, we are seeing this sharp move first on the higher side. Now all those gains seems to be evaporating. Let us consider the larger time frame charting to see where it stands. Is with the bulls, and same thing is likely to continue unless we see any kind of sharp move on the lower side. So as long as this price formation is of higher highs and higher lows, we can keep an eye on chances for going for a buy on dips trade. So that's the story for the US equities. Now, if we have to consider which instrument in particular, the Dow Jones or the S&P 500, or for that matter the Nasdaq, is giving us a better opportunity, then we have to consider this formation. And if we consider the price formation of the S&P 500, it is apparently on the much stronger side compared to the Dow Jones, and the gains are also looking solid. But Nasdaq is even bullish momentum, whereas if we consider these two other equity indices for the US, they are providing better opportunities. There is not much of a difference in terms of the timeline of these swing high and swing low formation for the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. But if we consider the volatility tends to be higher for the Nasdaq. So on that count, maybe you can keep an eye on Nasdaq for going for a buy on dips trade. So here also the formation is similar, and you can keep this 11,400 level as a crucial level to watch out for. As long as price holds above it or closer to it, we can keep looking for our chances to go long in the Nasdaq. So that's my assessment of the price formation for US equities and these three equity indices in particular. So let's see how things shape up as we proceed in the North American trading session. Today, a session was interrupted multiple times because of the internet connectivity. Maybe tomorrow things will be much better, as I am going to change the hotel anyway. So see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you all for joining in. Have a fabulous time ahead, a profitable